KFUO is a listener-supported radio ministry that needs your support to continue. When you partner with KFUO, you are proclaiming Christ worldwide. November 30th is Giving Tuesday, a day that encourages you to give back in whatever ways you can. Giving Tuesday presents a perfect time each year for you to support your favorite nonprofit organizations, including KFUO Radio. To give to KFUO, call 314-996-1518 or text KFUO to the number 41444 or give online at kfuo.org. You're listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Golseth.
It is Thanksgiving week. It is also a special week with one of our partners, Peace Lutheran Church in St. Louis. We're so excited to share them with you this week as they are the KFUO Church of the Week. Thanks to Concordia University, Wisconsin for supporting the Coffee Hour. Find out more about Concordia University, Wisconsin at cuw.edu.
Live uncommon.
Joining us this morning, Burnell Hackman, Director of Music Ministry at Peace Lutheran Church, St. Louis. Burnell, welcome back to the Coffee Hour.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's been a little while since we chatted. I think the last time we talked was the Lenten organ recitals that coincided with the Lenten services at Peace this past year. I think that was the last time we talked.
Yeah, there might have been one other, but who knows? It's been a crazy year.
Oh, yeah. There was a special concert. You had the family concert series, too.
Right. Yes. With the union help provided that. That was fantastic. 5 concerts and great crowds and such a diversity. And they really aimed for kids. They did Grimm's fairy tale stories with music, and they did Peter and the Wolf. Then we had a Beatles tribute band and a good old 4th of July rah-rah patriotic concert. So it was fun.
Peace has always just done fantastic things with music. There's been just a long tradition of music having a great place at Peace Lutheran Church.
Yeah, the people here really appreciate music. Even before my time, when Sherry Beerwagon was the music director, we were ahead of the curve a little bit, calling a full-time music director to lead the worship of the church, which is unfortunately kind of unusual right now. Everybody tries to get by with part-time people or using recordings or things like that. So Peace really values it. When we built the new sanctuary in 2014, they put a pipe organ in, which is kind of unheard of these days too. So music is very important here too, that every congregant of this church.
We have a long list of things that are happening in the next 6 weeks, all very music-oriented, except maybe the tree lot. So what's happening? I don't know.
You can carol in the tree lot.
We can.
So what is happening this week for Thanksgiving?
Well, Thanksgiving, we have 2 services, and on Wednesday evening at 7, the Orchestra Peace will play. This is the first time we've played together since February of 2020, so it's been a long time. And then the choir will sing. And then on Thursday morning at 9:30, we'll have a repeat of the same service without the special music, just me playing the organ. So we will have Thanksgiving twice this year here.
What about the upcoming event? I know Thanksgiving is just this week, but right around the corner, we have Advent and Christmas. How will you be observing that season with, I know, just a variety of services? What would you like to start with?
Well, first of all, I did a count just a minute ago, and we'll have 28 services in December. I know. Scares me just thinking about it. And then in addition to that, we have 7 concerts. So December is going to be busy. I looked at my calendar, and I think I have one Tuesday night free the entire month.
Wow.
So if you're looking for Burnell, just look at the organ bench. That's probably where he's going to be in the month of December.
Yes, or sleep under my desk, maybe. I don't know.
So what starts off the Christmas events at Peace Lutheran Church?
Well, this year, the first Wednesday in Advent, which we have midweek services, is December 1st. And at 6 o'clock that evening, I will be playing a half-hour recital of organ music, kind of like our Lenten recitals. We're doing it again during Advent. And then at 6:30, we will have evening prayer, which will lead into Divine Service 1, where we'll do the Holy Communion liturgy. We always have communion the first Advent service. And then on Wednesday, the 18th at 6 o'clock, we'll have some of our instrumentalists here at Peace play solos for the half hour. And then on Wednesday, the 15th, the Bells of Peace will present their Christmas concert. So jam-packed full. And from 5 to 6, I believe, you can come and have dinner sponsored by the youth and the men's club.
That sounds like a really great experience on those Wednesday evenings. Very exciting to have different concerts to go to before
Right.
those services.
You know, December is so crazy for everybody. And it's just nice to come and sit in the pew and just relax for a little bit and meditate on, the upcoming glory of Christmas and just relax for a little bit and don't think about shopping, don't think about what's going on at work. And these services are a little bit on the short side just so we don't freak people out that they have to come to church, for hours at a time. But it's just a great time in the busy season to relax and immerse yourself in the Word.
I think it's great that those opportunities are midweek as well, because many of us have that tradition of going to the Advent midweek services, and then as you mentioned, having all of these things on your calendars for the weekends. It's hard to sometimes get to all of the concerts that you want to get to in December. So having that opportunity in right before a midweek service is a really kind of brilliant idea.
Yeah, last year with everything mostly canceled, it was kind of nice because my wife and I and some friends, we went to several different tree lighting, things, the show shrine and got to do things that normally we're too busy to do. So that was kind of nice, but we're ready to get back into it and make Christmas and Advent a very meaningful experience for members of Peace and anybody in the community that wants to come join us.
No, you've pointed out that last year, certainly with the pandemic, things looked quite different. There is a long-standing tradition at Peace, the Boar's Head Festival, and certainly that was impacted by the pandemic. And so, what does it look like this year?
Well, last year we didn't have the Boar's Head Festival at all. And in early August, the committee met and with the state of affairs with the COVID and everything, we decided we couldn't do it again. For the finale, there's over 100 people up on the stage standing or chancel, I should say, not the stage, chancel, I'm sorry, standing close together. We just didn't think that would be appropriate. So, in consultation with Mary Lee Goldsmith, who's the director of it, we decided we would do a Music of the Boar's Head Festival, which would be just the choir, not just the choir, but the choir, who's always in the background, but they will be seated on the chancel and will tell the story with the narrator, what's happening, and with the use of slides and everything. We'll try to kind of recreate it in a concert format. We'll sing many of the songs that people have come to love. We will tell the story and fill a gap because, when we last did the Boar's Head Festival in 2019, that was our 25th year. So we hope it's not 25 and stop because we really want to get back to it. And it's amazing that kids here at Peace are probably more upset than the adults because they just love giving that week, and they start out as waits and they sing, a little bit, and then they grow into bigger parts, and it's become quite a tradition, a multi-generational tradition. So we want to bring it back, but we just didn't feel safe doing it this year.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
so it's always the first weekend right after Thanksgiving. Sometimes the first couple of dates are in November, but this year on Sunday the 5th at 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock, the choir will be doing Music of the Boar's Head Festival at a 30-voice choir right now, and it'll be accompanied by piano and organ. And it should just be a really nice way to get your Christmas holiday started.
Yeah, the music of the Boar's Head is fun in and of itself, and in addition to all of the pageantry. Can you give us just a quick history of what the Boar's Head Festival is, if people are not familiar with it? I know that this is it's a very long-standing tradition in some places, but not everywhere, and not everyone has been able to experience what a Boar's Head Festival is.
No, in St. Louis, I think we do it, and I think Emmanuel Lutheran in St. Charles does one.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
the idea came back, I think, about 30 years ago, and they were wondering what to do, and Mary Lee Goldsmith was in charge, and she says, "I'm not gonna do it until we find a boar's head," which is actually a stuffed boar's head.
Mhm.
And we have a taxidermist in the congregation, and lo and behold, we came up with a boar's head. So that was kind of the impetus of it going. It's in a medieval English tradition, but the boar's head, the beast of the forest and taming it, which leads into the light of Christ, which leads into the Christmas story. So the first half of the pageant is the gaiety of the Boar's Head Festival or a magical dinner. The Boar's Head enters, and we have a complete boar's, not head, we have the whole hog that was taxidermy, and it was shot in Arkansas a couple of years ago. So it's a
Nice.
pretty mean looking dude. He comes in, he's carried in by the bearers, and he comes in, and then we have the fun stuff. We have jesters and the kings there, and then the waits, which are the younger children, come in and sing Deck the Halls and We Wish You a Merry Christmas. And then we have the men of the group. They sing the wassail song when they have the little tin cups because they're beggars out getting money from the congregation. And then that all fades away and the lights dim. And then we begin the Christmas story. It begins with Mary and Joseph looking for a place to stay and can't finding one and ending up in the stable. Then the shepherds come. Then there's a dancer that dances for baby Jesus. And then the wise men come, and it's a big procession with all their accoutrements, their people. And when that's done, then the entire cast from the first half and second half come back, and they worship the newborn king, followed by King Wenceslas, who bows to the baby Jesus, and everybody follows suit. And then we all leave singing Joy to the World, and then the sprite, which is usually a kindergarten little girl, comes in and takes the light from the altar and carries it out to the world. So that kind of is a very brief summary of what a Boar's Head Festival is.
What a tradition, though. It's just it appeals to all the senses, because I think there are traditionally treats involved with that too, are there not?
Right. And during one of the songs, there's I don't know what they're called, the cookie bearers passes cookies out to the people in the congregation. Then afterwards, there's a big reception in the gym, and ladies of the congregation, and men too, bake 1,000 dozen cookies for it.
Whoa.
And that's a
Whoa.
lot of cookies.
Wow, that is a lot of cookies.
Yeah, I think
so.
Somebody figured out how many cookies we went through, and it was an astonishing number over the years. And then as part of our 25th anniversary, we put together a cookie cookbook of all the cookies that had been submitted, and that was a real fun project for people to do. So cookies are a very important part of the Boar's Head.
Okay, will I get in trouble if we find out what your favorite cookie is from the Boar's Head Festival?
I liked it. Ice sugar cookie.
We don't want to show any favorites, but yes.
Yeah, that would be my favorite, yeah.
How are you carrying out the Boar's Head tradition this year? I know it'll be a little different.
Right. We're doing it in concert format, so much of the action will be on the screens with the choir singing appropriate songs. Then we have a narrator who usually plays Joseph in the production, who will tell what's going on so people can kind of follow along. And it might help people make a little more sense of the action because it's all printed in the program, but you're in the dark, so you can't really read what's going on. So it'll help. And, it's the crazy part is not crazy, but it's interesting. We've had people who've been to all 25 performances over the years. And then we have some people that are brand new to it every year, and they're just amazed that a church can pull off a production of this magnitude. Here at the church, we have a costume room that is huge there where they store the costumes. And we have seamstresses that are members of the congregation that create new costumes each year. Some of the older costumes, like the elastic and the waistbands, are going bad, so they replace that. I guess one of the Lords and Ladies dancers' breeches almost fell down 2 years ago because of the elastic was, rotting away. So those are all fixed. And then we have laundry facilities, so everything's laundered and get ready for the next year. So we're working on it. Hopefully, God willing, we'll be back full force next year. And it's always the first weekend of December. So next year will be December 1 through 4. We do it Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and twice on Sunday.
So what is the date for this year?
It's the 5th, Sunday the 5th, and we'll do it twice at 3 and 5 o'clock.
Very good.
I'm sorry, 3 and 6 o'clock. 3 and 6 o'clock.
Sunday the 5th at Peace Lutheran Church. You can enjoy the music of the Boar's Head Festival. It's the Boar's Head concert this year. Slightly augmented tradition for this year at Peace Lutheran Church. We have more to learn about all the fantastic festivities coming up. Peace Lutheran Church in St. Louis. They are the KFUO Radio Church of the Week. We'll continue the conversation right here on the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
You're a miracle. You know that, right? A living, breathing, one-of-a-kind miracle. You were created to stand apart, to share your gifts in the service of others, to make an uncommon impact in a common world. And at Concordia University, it's our mission to help you do that, to live uncommon. To learn more about Concordia, go to cuw.edu.
Welcome back to the Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
We are talking with our friends at Peace Lutheran Church in St. Louis, Missouri. They are the KFUO Radio Church of the Week. Today we're talking with Burnell Hackman, Director of Music Ministry at Peace Lutheran Church. So the Boar's Head concert this year, so the Boar's Head Festival, a slightly smaller event happening on December 5th. And there are many other things to mark the seasons of Advent and Christmas at Peace Lutheran Church. What are some of the other events coming up, Burnell?
Well, on Friday, December 17th and Sunday, December 19th, we have our annual Christmas at Peace concert. With consideration of COVID and everything, we pared it down. So just be the Winds of Peace. So it'll be a band concert, be about an hour long, and it will be just another time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the music of the season. And then not a music event, but something that's another long-standing tradition at Peace is our Men's Club Christmas tree lot. It'll open, the Christmas trees came Saturday. So if you drive by Peace, you'll see a whole bunch of trees. And the lot officially opens Friday the 26th from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And it'll close when all the trees are sold. They say December 21st, but the last couple of years, they've been gone way before that. And I think, especially last year, the trees went very quickly. So if you want one, don't wait too long. And then after the weekend, the hours are Monday through Friday from noon to 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 8 p.m. So it's a mid-scale project, but it's a big project for the whole church. One of the Saturdays, the youth group mans the lot. Another Saturday, the Boy Scouts man the lot. And it's just another nice time for fellowship and standing out in the cold and helping people pick out the Christmas trees.
Yeah, no, last year was quite the year to get a tree early. I think we had to run around to several lots, and we finally found one way out somewhere because they were gone so fast. And I know this year is probably not going to be much different. So this will be the year to grab that tree quickly. How is the tree lot a way for you guys to connect to the community? I know that since it's such a long-standing tradition for you.
Well, it's a couple ways. It connects to the community because a lot of community people drive by it and stop and get their trees. But the money raised is used for all sorts of community projects. It helps the youth go to the Nash Youth Gathering. It helps our local food pantry and just many other ways. All the money goes back into the community in some form or another. I can't tell you the specifics, but I know those two projects are very high on the men's club's list. And they spend a lot of work. They spend like 2 days setting up the lot, and then they'll spend another couple of days tearing it all down after the last tree's gone. And there's always a couple Charlie Brown trees left that they just kind of feel sorry for.
Since music's such an important part of life at Peace Lutheran Church, do we often find people just spontaneously caroling at the tree lot too?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I've not done that. But this isn't on the list, but I do know that the Evangelic Committee is sponsoring a caroling party on Saturday to go out to our local neighborhood and just carol to people, to tell them what time, the Christmas services are, and just invite them in non-threatening way and just spread a little Christmas cheer. So that's kind of a neat thing too. You can't sing Joy to the World too many times, can you?
That's right. And Christmas caroling, a fantastic thing you can do outdoors and have a good time together, proclaiming that message of Christ. Yeah.
Yeah, I always kind of cringe when it's like when people sing happy birthday, you never know what you're going to get. As a music director, there's nothing worse than an off-key happy birthday. And it's the same way with Christmas carols. So I hope they take a pitch pipe and I'll get started together.
So the tree lot coming up very soon, as you pointed out, don't wait until the last minute. The sooner the
Mm-mm.
better because it goes quickly. The trees go quickly at Peace Lutheran. Where can folks find Peace Lutheran Church?
We are on 737 Barracks View Road. That's in South County. I guess the best direction would be the corner of Telegraph and 255, right before you cross the bridge into Illinois. We're on the outer frontage road, and you can see us from 255, and you get off on Telegraph, and you can just drive right into the lot.
The upcoming Christmas services at Peace Lutheran Church.
Yes, Christmas starts on Christmas Eve, Friday the 24th, and we'll have services at noon, 3, 5, and 11:15, which is a little later than we've normally had it, but they pulled people, and they really wanted to be in church at the stroke of midnight for Christmas Day. So our late service will be 11:15. The 5 and 11:15 will feature the choir and a string quartet, and it'll be more of a lessons and carols type service with Holy Communion. And then at noon, the bells will play, and at 3, the orchestra will play. And then again, we'll have church on Saturday the 25th at 9:30 for Christmas Day. Since it's a Saturday, we usually have a 5 p.m. service, but we won't have it that evening. We'll have regular service on Sunday, the 26th at 8, 9:20, and 10:30. Then New Year's Eve, December 31st at 7 p.m. and New Year's Day, which is a Saturday, we'll be back to having church at 5 o'clock. And then Sunday, January 2nd, everything goes back to normal. And then on January 6th, which is a Thursday this year, we'll have an Epiphany service. So it keeps going.
So many opportunities in church, and to hear the news of Christ incarnate. I know for church musicians, when you list all of those services, it gets a little overwhelming for a second. But it's also so exciting to be able to do this, especially after a weird year last year. It's so great to be able to be back doing these things for Christmas this year.
Oh, it is. And I've been to a couple other concerts, and everybody's just so happy to hear live music again. And whether it's in church or at Powell Symphony Hall or another local concert, it's just so great to hear live music. And the musicians here understand the importance of sharing the gospel through music. So there's no grumbling when they sing so much, which I'm very proud of. And there are 3 organists here, so it's not like I have to do everything myself. I have a lot of help and very, very good support system. So that's always great, and it's good support from our pastors and everybody.
That's fantastic. You also have a German service that's a pretty long-standing tradition too, isn't it?
Yes, I don't know how long it's been around, but it's on Sunday the 12th at 2:30. Then I believe the following Sunday, if past practices stand, it's broadcast on KFUO.
That is correct.
Yes, and the United German Chorus will be singing. Usually the women of the chorus come, but for some reason the men are coming too this year, which is a nice, pleasant surprise. And then a group of children from our schools and our church will be singing a couple German carols, and Kinder Kalmet and Gott ist der Lieber will be probably their 2 selections. And then we're singing Von Himmel hoch, Ein Rose ist sprungen, Stille Nacht, the basic Joy to the World, Oh, how joyfully. And it's a very well attended service, and retired Pastor Emeritus Pastor Cassens is kind of in charge of it, and he'll probably be the liturgist, and Dr. Kolb from the seminary will be preaching. So that is at 2:30 on Sunday, December 12th.
Very good. The German Advent Christmas service at Peace Lutheran Church coming up Sunday, December 12th at 2:30 p.m. And we will broadcast it the following Sunday in the afternoon. We'll have more details on the air. We'll have announcements about that coming up very soon to remind you about that broadcast on KFUO. So all kinds of services and opportunities for celebrating Advent and Christmas at Peace Lutheran Church. What's the best place to find all the details about this?
Probably our website, which is peacelutheranstl.org, or you can just call the church office at 314-892-5610, and Kelly would be happy to tell you about it all.
Very good. Peace Lutheran Church in St. Louis, Missouri. Thank you so much, Burnell, for sharing some time with us this morning. We're so thankful for the partnership of Peace Lutheran Church, and God bless all the celebrations and services coming up at Peace Lutheran this Advent and Christmas season. Thanks so much for being our guest.
Well, thank you, and happy Thanksgiving, and maybe have a very safe and happy Advent and Christmas season.
You as well. You've been listening to The Coffee Hour. I'm Andy Bates.
I'm Sarah Gulseth.
The Coffee Hour with Andy and Sarah is a production of KFUO. To support the Coffee Hour and KFUO Radio, visit KFUO.org. You can also text KFUO to 41444 or send an email to gifts@KFUO.org. And you can call us at 800-844-0524. KFUO. Christ for you, anytime, anywhere.